Welcome students. This is Ravi Shankar, coordinator of Rosemary Matriculation Higher Secondary School as well as PG assistant in physics. So very happy to see you all through this video. And the first concept regarding physics. Before entering into the chapters in physics, we are going to conduct a course called to be bridge course, which will relate the concepts that you have studied in your lower standards with the concepts that you are going to study in the higher secondary. So let us go one by one and have a note of these concepts. Whenever you are having a doubt regarding some of the application, you can very well refer these notes. Okay, we will move on to the concepts. See, first of all, my question to you all, what is meant by science? So already you have studied in your lower classes as science, right from 6th standard, you will be studying science. So, what is science? Or what do you know about science? For what purpose we are going to study science? So what are the different concepts that we know? What is science? A science is a subject for knowing the truth. So first of all, the first concept I am saying, science is for knowing the truth. Okay, knowing the truth. Yes. Is there any other concept? See, science is understanding nature. Science is for understanding nature. This is the second one. Is there any other thing? Science is understanding nature. Then, science, we can say, is a systematic organization of knowledge which can be gained through what we are observing. So through observation. And if you are not able to know the answer, we will be going to somebody else and we will get the reason for that. So the observation and the reasoning of so many problems and so many concepts, that also we can say it out as science. So we can say, what is science? Science is a systematic organization. Okay, systematic organization. Systematic organization of knowledge. Systematic organization of knowledge which is gained through observation, and also by reasoning, or we can say logical reasoning, Like this, I can state about science in different manner. Each and everybody is having their own concepts of understanding and reasoning and knowing about the science. Okay, a small introduction regarding that science. See, but when you are considering this concept called to be science, in general, the science can be broadly classified under two headings. One, we are considering it as physical science, and another one taken as biological science. Physical science and biological science. In your science book, you will have three parts, isn't it? One is physics, another part is chemistry, another part is biology. In this, the knowledge of science dealing with living things, that is, the physical science includes physics and chemistry. So physics and chemistry combined together, we can consider it as physical science. Similarly, biological science, we can say botany and zoology combined together, considered as biological science. Is there any other definition for physical science as well as biological science? See, the physical science can be said as the knowledge of science which deals with non-living things. We are studying about velocity, motion, or we can studies about liquids, solids, then more number of salts, like that. So, physical science is a science, we can say like this, physical science is a science which deals with, which deals with non-living things. We are not considering about the living things. So non-living things. Measurement, it's a non-living thing, which is the basic concept for physics. So when you are considering physical science, it includes both physics and chemistry. When you are studying about the physical science or physics and chemistry, it is considered to be a science which deals with non-living things. What about the next one? Biological science. Biological science, just opposite to this, is a science which deals with living things. So I can write biological science is a science which deals with living things. So we are going to study about the living things, means we have to go for what? We have to go for the biological science. If you are studying about the non-living things, means we are going to get the physical science, both physics and chemistry combined together. That is a science which deals both with living things and non-living things. Generally, we are calling it out as what? We are calling it out as science. See, here I am limiting myself to physical science. I am not going to deal anything, or I am not going to say anything about the biological science. I am going to deal only with physical science. In that physical science, I am going to talk only about physics. Regarding chemistry, some other teacher will teach you. So, I am considering the physical science first of all. In that physical science, whether it is physics or whether it is chemistry, we have to approach that physics and chemistry in a method called to be scientific method. So the first thing that we have to know is, what do you mean by this scientific method? So the concept that we are going to get now is taken to be what? Is considered to be or taken to be a method known as scientific method. What do you mean by this scientific method? See, scientific method is nothing but understanding and studying about the natural phenomena by a step-by-step process or by step-by-step approach, and establishing a relation or establishing a law which governs all these laws and phenomena, that we are calling it out as scientific method. So what is a scientific method? We have to understand the laws or the concepts or the natural phenomena. By understanding it, we have to approach, or we have to produce, or we have to establish a law, and that law will govern the different concepts. For example, if you are studying about the motion was initially studied by Galileo, and later on it was systematically studied by, that is scientific method, systematically studied by Newton. Galileo hadn't formed any laws, but Newton, after making a systematic study, what he did was, he can able to frame laws called to be the laws of motion. Each and every body can able to move only when you are applying an external force. That second law, the force F is equal to m into a, mass into acceleration. And the third famous law, to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So all these laws were being established. Only with the help of what? Only with the help of systematic study. That systematic study for understanding a phenomenon called to be like that of motion. Then after understanding that motion, the laws were being established. So such a systematic study, we are considering it as the scientific method. So about how I can able to write that scientific method? Scientific method is a step by step approach. Is a step by step approach. Okay, step by step approach for what? In understanding the and studying, understanding, and we have to study and studying the natural phenomena. Understanding and studying the natural phenomena, that is process, natural phenomena. And after understanding and studying the natural phenomena, we have to establish. And establishing, what we have to establish? We have to establish laws which governs that phenomena. So establishing the laws and rules. Laws which governs what? Which governs that phenomena or these phenomena. Phenomena. Phenomena means a process or a concept. So this we are calling it out as scientific method. See, in this scientific method, what are the general features? Or scientific method means I am saying it a step by step approach. What are the steps that we have to follow? So what are the general features or what are the general steps involved in scientific method? So let us consider like this. Steps involved in scientific method. So steps involved in scientific method. What are the steps that are being involved in scientific method in order to know? Number one, see, when Newton has studied about his motion, studied about the motion and stated the laws about the motion, first of all, he made an systematic observation of the motion of different bodies in different surfaces. And he understood what Galileo had said. So the first method or the first step involved is systematic observation. The particular concept should be observed properly and systematically. So that we are calling it out as systematic observation. Then what is the second one? After observing that, we have to do some experiments, and from that experiments we have to know some concepts or some observations. So the second one we are calling it out as controlled experimentation. Controlled experimentation, because after doing the experiments only we can able to get observation. Then what is the third step involved? Qualitative and quantitative reasoning. What do you mean by this? Qualitative, theoretical explanation, and quantitative. What is that quantitative? We have to get mathematical explanation or mathematical expression. Qualitative and quantitative reasoning. Reasoning. See, when the Newton's second law is considered. See, you know what is Newton's second law? The rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to that of the force. So the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to force means that is theoretical explanation. For that, the mathematical explanation given was F is equal to ma. That is force F is equal to mass into acceleration. So if you are studying about a concept, both qualitative, theoretical as well as quantitative, the mathematical explanation should be given. Then point number 4. See, we have to get a mathematical modeling. We have to explain the concept. We have to get mathematical modeling. Model should be considered. Mathematical modeling should be taken in order to explain that natural phenomena. This is the fourth point. What is the fifth one? The fifth point that was being involved. See, by making the experiments and also having systematic observation, we have to predict and we have to verify the concepts, whether the concept is true or whether the concept is false. So, the final one is final result. The final result is prediction and verification, whether it is true or not. Prediction and verification, or verification means it is true. Whether it is not true, then it is called to be falsification. It is not true. That is, we are calling it out as falsification. Falsification of the different theories that are being put forward of theories. So, this we are calling it out as scientific method. So, generally, I have given you some basic concepts regarding what? Regarding science. So, in order to enter into physics, before entering into physics, I am stating about what is science. What I have stated about what is science. Let us just recall what I have told you in this 15 minutes. Now I have completed 15 minutes. So in this 15 minutes, what I have told. So I started with a question. What is science? Because we are going to study science now. What is science? What is an idea of science from you? So in general, what is science means knowing the truth. If you want to know the science behind any theory available in this universe, you should know the truth. So knowing the truth, or understanding about the nature, whether it is a living thing or it is a non-living thing. If you want to understand the nature, we are in need of science. Or we can define it out as science is a systematic organization of knowledge which is gained through observation and logical reasoning. Then the next one. See, when I am considering science, I can classify this science into two parts. One, I am taking it as physical science, and another one, I am considering it as biological science. What is that physical science? Physical science includes both physics and chemistry, and biological science includes both botany and zoology. So, what physical science is going to say, or what physical science is going to deal? Physical science is a science which deals with the non-living things. Biological science is a science which is dealing with the living things. So you are very clear, I think so. So whole together called to be science. But in this case, I am not going to talk about the biological science. I am not a biology person, I am a physics person. So I am going to talk about both physics and chemistry regarding that physical science initially. See, either in physics or in chemistry, first of all, in order to understand that, or in order to study about a concept, or in order to put forward a theory, we have to make a systematic observation. That systematic observation or the systematic experimentation generally called to be scientific method. So I have given the heading as scientific method. What is a scientific method? Scientific method is a step-by-step approach. For what? For understanding and to know or to study the natural phenomena. That natural phenomena means natural phenomena of non-living things. After studying about that, or after approaching it in step-by-step manner, we have to establish the laws. That laws will govern that natural phenomena. So, scientific method is defined as a step-by-step approach in understanding and studying the natural phenomena and establishing the laws which governs these phenomena. Hope you should have understood. So, in order to get that step-by-step approach, that is, in order to get that scientific method, what are the steps that are being involved in that scientific method? The steps that are being involved in the scientific method are on a systematic observation. When you can observe two things, the happenings that are taking place in the nature by its own, that can be observed. See, the movement of the stars, the motion of the planet, the formation of day and night, the formation of full moon, like that. There are so many concepts, natural phenomena in this universe where the observations can be made step by step, automatically or systematically. That is observational science. So we have to do a systematic observation, whether it is available in nature or whether we are doing any experimentation. So the second one, I am considering it as the controlled experimentation. The different types of experimentations that are being performed by the person inside the laboratory or in nature. Then the third one, after making the experimentation and after making systematic observation, we have to put forward a reason or a theory why that is happening. For that, we have to put two concepts. One is qualitative reasoning and another one is quantitative reasoning. Qualitative reasoning, a theoretical concept. Quantitative reasoning, we have to state what? We have to state, or we have to consider a mathematical relationship. Then mathematical modeling. For the experiments that I have done, from the observations I have to give a model. So that is called to be the mathematical modeling. After doing all that, I have to verify my theory or verify the theory whether it is true, or we have to say whether it is false. Whatever may be, I have to prove. So the fifth one, that is the final step, which includes prediction and verification or falsification of theories. Okay, this is in general regarding the physical science. But I am restricting myself to physics. I am not going to talk anything or any word about the chemistry, because there is some other person who can deal with that. So I am going to start with physics. I am going to consider the topic called to be physics, and I am taking the relationship between physics and maths. That is your bridge course. So first of all, I am considering physics. Again, I am asking you a question. What do you mean by this physics? What do you know about physics? Generally, the word physics is derived from a Greek word called to be physis. So we have to consider Greek word. The Greek word is taken to be physis. See, from this Greek word physis, from this Greek word physis, the word physics is being coined, or the word physics is being derived. I can write like this. The word physics is coined, or physics is said to be derived. The second thing, what is physics? Under physics, what you are going to study? So I can say physics is the study of nature and the natural phenomena. We are going to study about the nature and natural phenomena, not physics, natural phenomena. So under physics, we are going to study about the nature and natural phenomena. Moreover, we can say physics is a study of accurate measurements. Study of accurate measurements. You know the importance of physics? Physics is considered to be the most basic for all sciences. When whatever the science that you have taken, there will be a physics. I can say an example. In biology, you might have studied about Brownian motion. Have you studied about Brownian motion? See, we will be dealing that Brownian motion in physics as the movement of the particles inside the colloidal solution. That we are calling it out as the Brownian motion. That Brownian found out the movement of the particles inside the colloidal solution. All the three, physics people will also use this, chemistry people will also use this, and biology people will also use this. So in general, each and everybody will be claiming it is our concept. So, but in general, we will be saying physics is considered to be I am writing like this. Physics is considered to be, okay, physics is taken to be, not considered, or we can say taken to be basis for the most of basis for all sciences. Let us write like this, for all science or all sciences. So regarding this physics we are going to study. Okay, so when you are considering about this physics, there are so many topics available that we will be dealing while I am taking the first lesson for you in your 11th standard book. But when you are considering about the bridge course, the first concept that I have to deal with you is the mathematics should be taught to you, which is going to get applied in physics. Already in my previous video I have told, without physics we can't able to study maths, and without maths we can't able to study physics. Usually we will be saying the physics and mathematics will be going like husband and wife. Both should be going in the same manner. Then only the family will run smoothly. Similarly, without physics we can't able to study mathematics, and without mathematics we can't able to study physics. So in this video I have given a small introduction regarding science and physics. How physics is related with the mathematics, or what are the different mathematical concepts that we are in need of will be dealt in our next video. So hope you should have understood this, and in the next video I will be starting how physics is related with mathematics, or what are the different mathematical concepts required to study physics. Okay, thank you. Let us see in the next video.